Oh, you hear the train? You hear the train coming? Yes, the train is on its way to you. God has got a promise for you. You've been on this road a long time, and you're looking at it and saying, man, there's no train coming for me. My possibilities, what's going to happen with my possibilities? Oh, but the train is coming. See, you may not see it, but you hear it. And we got the track ready, so keep your track ready, because the train is coming.
Come on now.
Hey listeners, how are you doing? This is Veronica Leno, and I'm here interviewing an amazing young man who's actually doing work in the community with his fraternity. I would love to introduce him to you guys. His name is Eddie, and I want to really know, Eddie, if you can just tell me a little bit about your background,
Sure.
Where you grew up in San Antonio, and then we can kind of move into what it is that you do for the community, what your heart's desire is, and what your passion is.
Actually, okay. My name is Eddie Johnson. I'm actually not from San Antonio.
Okay.
I'm originally from Minnesota.
Okay.
Moved around a little bit. I went to school in Illinois. Been in San Antonio since 2011.
Mm-hmm.
I currently work for the city of San Antonio
Okay.
as a senior business analyst in the project management office.
Okay.
So that's a little bit about me. In terms of what my passions are, I love music.
Right.
I produce music on the side, just as a hobby.
Okay.
In addition to that, I'm really big about social issues and
Right.
seeing how we can do things to change the culture.
Okay.
So that's really why I'm kind of leading the front on this particular event we're going to be talking about today.
Okay. And I believe Eddie is a millennial, right?
Yes.
You look like one.
Yeah. I just turned 28 on Thursday.
God bless. 28 on Thursday. So I want to know. Everyone always wants to know why. I know that equality, to end racism, prejudice, economic, ending the there's so many issues going on when it comes to race or social justice.
Right.
So I really want to know what pushed you into this arena in your life at such a young age. What is it that is really your driving force? Was there something that happened in your life, an incident or situation?
Not really. Honestly, I feel like God has blessed me. Being from where I'm from, I feel like I had the opportunity to really not have to go through much in life.
Right.
Looking at what I see on television, even just driving down the street, things that I see in our community, I want people to be, or to have what I was able to grow up with.
Right.
Be able to have that level playing field, be able to go to school, get an education, things like that. So in that regard, I feel like social issues and having the ability to, I feel like I have the opportunity to do that and help my fellow man. So I feel like that's where I'm coming from on that.
Okay, that's awesome. So exactly what is your fraternity doing to be a change agent within the community of San Antonio? I'm really interested to know.
Well, if you look at our aims, manly deeds, scholarship, and love for all mankind,
Right.
that's primarily what we focus on as an organization. So if you look at this event and many of the other events that we do in the city and actually around the world, this is just one thing that we're doing to help.
Okay, and what is the name of the event?
This is going to be a town hall. The event's title of the town hall meeting actually is United We Stand,
Okay.
Surviving Racism in America. So that's really the overall topic we're going to be discussing.
That is awesome. Do you guys have any keynote speakers?
We're in the middle of confirming some, being that this was originally scheduled for August 26th.
Right.
And then, of course, the unfortunate weather conditions that happened with Hurricane Harvey, it's being postponed for this next Saturday on September 9th. But we're looking at having Chief McManus
awesome.
attend the event,
Very good.
Councilman Cruz Shaw,
Right.
and then some other dignitaries around the city as well.
Okay. And what do you guys want to get out of the event? What message would you like people in attendance to leave with?
This is really just a start. We want to start the conversation.
Right.
We want to let people know that race is socially constructed. Our fellow man really is not that different from us. We
Right.
need to be able to come together, put our differences aside, and just move forward. Really.
Right. This is amazing. I think this is so great. Do you guys, I know you were talking about other things that you do in the community, your fraternity, but post this one, since this is just the initial start, are you guys going to be doing any other ones coming up soon in the near future? Or I know you guys also do community work,
Yes.
but do you have any community work that is tailored towards shining a light on social justice issues?
Mm-hmm. This is really a new venture that we're going to venture into.
Okay.
Nothing planned as of now, but definitely we will be having some more events, initiatives in the near future.
Okay. And will you be in San Antonio heading this event up, for the remainder of this year?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Awesome. So if you'll tell me a little bit about I know you said you really didn't have a struggle, growing up, but I'm just curious as to, I guess I was also kind of separated from the struggle, but I was still in it.
Right.
So I'm curious as to how someone with your background can be touched to kind of go serve this community. So I do want to kind of dive deeper into your story of your
Sure.
why. And were you sitting on the couch one day and then God just poked you and tapped you, or what?
I think I think it's just in my heart, to be honest with you.
Right.
You know, God, I think He's laid certain things on people's hearts, and I feel like community initiatives and community justice, social issues, focusing on things like that is just something that I enjoy doing and I want to do. I want all people to have equal rights. I want all people to have opportunities that I was afforded. So, I mean, that's really basically all it is.
And question, do you have any icons that you look up to?
To be honest with you, my family.
Right.
You know, my mother and my father were very pivotal in my life. They raised me up, you know, making sure I was believing in Christ. That was number one. And just making sure to give back.
Right.
So my parents definitely, yeah.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming out, Eddie. If you'll just do me a favor,
Absolutely.
if you can go over the event in detail,
Sure.
with location, time, and then what feedback you're looking for with the community of the viewers watching online, and then also via the internet as well.
Absolutely. So again, the title of the event, United We Stand, Surviving Racism in America. It's going to be September 9th,
Okay.
Saturday, 2017.
Okay.
It's going to be from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay.
at New Creation Christian Fellowship.
Okay.
It's 8700 Four Winds Drive,
Okay.
78239.
That is all. So, are you a member at New Creation?
I'm not actually going to Antioch. But
okay.
yeah, my frat brother, of course, Bishop Copeland. He is a pastor or bishop of the church. So
Okay, that's awesome. My brother actually attends New Creation Church, and I've gone to they have a campus off of 150, kind of closer to 151.
yeah, they do. They have two campuses. Yeah.
So yeah, that place is amazing too.
Mhm.
So thank you so much for coming out. I actually do you have any questions that you get actually before I end this interview? Are there any questions like that are repetitive that you get from community members when it comes to exactly what it is that you're doing, or is there a need that's always coming up? Like, is there a subject matter within social justice that is more prevalent and one that needs to be more heavily addressed? I guess I want to ask.
Sure.
That you see.
I don't get too many questions from the community per se, but I feel like as a collective, I feel like racism, of course, is a big issue now, and to me, education is a big thing. You know, the underprivileged. Things like that. So I think those two topics are primarily some of the things that we focus on as an organization, and kind of some of the things that I want to focus on, you know, correcting any issues and dealing with those two topics or issues.
Okay, and I guess
Share with us your social sites.
yes, and then yes, if you can also get us your social media sites as well.
Sure.
But when it comes to, sorry, I have one more question. I'm just
All right.
curious. When it comes to your solution in education,
Yes.
what is your? I really want to know what your vision is for that and moving forward. Your personal one.
Sure. So vocationally, I have aspirations of being a city manager.
Okay, awesome.
So with that being said, I feel like there's a way to implement policies in which we can correct how schools are funded, right?
Right.
I feel like a lot of, or most schools in any state, city around the country, they're funded through property taxes, right?
Right.
So if you look at the value of property on certain sides of town, right,
Right.
in the hoods, whatever, I mean, there's no way that those schools can be able to afford the books, the technology that the schools need, right?
Right.
So in some way, there's got to be a way in how we can change that. So I feel like that's one of my goals in life,
Right.
is to see how we can change that entire perspective and how all that works.
Right. I think that's awesome that you said that, because that also ties in with, I'm going to use this word, so that and gentrification.
Yes, that's a big thing for me too.
So how does that, right, you know, because, you know, property value will decrease, and then the individuals living within that community
Right.
will normally be expelled, and then people buy at low and then sell high, and then
Right.
and you know, and then you have the community that was once impoverished being rebuilt, but the people we were actually supposed to be affecting have been, you know,
Displaced.
displaced.
Exactly.
So how would you, I guess, looking at the city manager aspect of that,
Right.
like how could you, in your mind, like what would be a solution to combat that? Because it's such a deep, you know, it's such a deep issue.
It all revolves around budget.
Right.
You know, they pass budgets every year. There's
Right.
got to be a way in how we can reconstruct how the budget is dispersed.
Okay.
I mean, that's the number one issue. I feel like that's where it needs to start.
Okay. That's so awesome. So are you going to be the city manager soon?
I don't know. I
Right.
mean, I feel like I got a lot more legwork to do.
Right.
I'm just now in the project management office, so
Right.
yeah, I still got some years ahead of me.
I'm being silly, I know, but but in the future, I definitely pray that you actually make it into that position because you have a vision for it, and then I know that I can tell that you kind of you know the ins and out of that and how that works. But before we go, if you can let us know how to reach you on your social media sites.
Sure, I'm gonna give the social media site for Alphas. So at San Antonio Alphas on Instagram. We're also on Facebook.
Okay.
I have a Facebook page. Personally, if you look me up on Facebook, it'll be Eddie the Third. So EDDIE space III.
Okay.
Same thing on Instagram.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming out, Eddie, and being on RHEMA Gospel Express. Thank you for actually what your organization is doing in the community, and then a huge thank you for the heart that you have. And I want to encourage
Appreciate
you
it.
not
Thank
to
you.
stop and continue to
Absolutely.
push forward.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
If you hold on in the midst of your mess,
Hey, this is Chianti Latif, and you're listening to the #1 station in the nation with Ambassador Lockhart, RHEMA Gospel Express on KROV FM. Stay tuned and be blessed. Be blessed. Be blessed. Be blessed. Be blessed.
Man, there's so much going on in today's time. But to us as in Christ, we shouldn't be surprised about all this chaos that's going on, because the Word of God already told us about these things that will take place in these last days. But instead of being discouraged, let's be strength and comfort to those that have yet to get to know Jehovah Shalom.
Just had to take the time to explain the pain that I feel. This song goes out to all those that lives disappear. To all the families, stand strong and be still, cause God got the final justice and the appeal. In our eyes, it's unreal, but in His eyes, it's a done deal. He sees and knows the pain and agony that we feel. Sometimes we want it to be a dream, but in reality, we snap, asking ourselves, why me? Why me? The ones we love, blood crying from the streets. Lord, save our nation from this wicked beast. Being in you, there's no defeat. The blood I plead over every soul that breathes. Father, down we stretch our hands to thee, all eyes on thee. Time is ticking for that ride to eternity. First seek ye the kingdom of heaven and its righteousness. Fall down on your knees and believe that the Christ is near. The Christ is near. Black lives matter, all lives matter. All lives matter. Black lives matter, all lives matter. All lives matter. Black lives matter, all lives matter. Cause at the end we all gonna have to face the master. Whoa. Black lives matter, all lives matter. All lives matter. Black lives matter, all lives matter. All lives matter. Black lives matter, all lives matter. Cause at the end we all gonna have to face the master. In the eyes of God we all were created equal. Nothing should stand in the way of us being a people. Surveillance can be deceitful, but we must remain reaching for our Lord and Savior Jesus. Jesus. Standing between heaven and hell for all families, including mine, that lost their lives to a heated bullet. The blame nobody took, it was done in the dark, shall come to the light. Instead of fighting each other, stand for what's right. This war is bigger than the blood and crip fight. It's a fight for our lives. My word to you, we all shall survive. Seeing through open eyes, Lord God, hear I cry. Black lives matter, all lives matter. All lives matter. Black lives matter, all lives matter. All lives matter. Black lives matter, all lives matter. Cause at the end we all gonna have to face the master. Whoa. Black lives matter, all lives matter. All lives matter. Black lives matter, all lives matter. All lives matter. Black lives matter, all lives matter. Cause at the end we all gonna have to face the master. This land needs a healing, and Jesus is the only one that can heal it. Even the government knows it's just too much to deal with. Where's the peace? Too much violence and killing. It's our job to raise our children, not the police. If we all would take a minute to examine ourselves, we wouldn't be complaining about the chain of command. United we stand. This ain't a one man's game, but all should be a part of the solution when it's in our hands. Black lives matter, all lives matter.